as an observer looking in, surely it can't be the right thing to have a president of a country as large and as influential as the United States of America serving time or being found guilty and carrying that with him, whatever that involves. It may be that he doesn't have to do time in prison, but to then be voted as president at the same time when potentially he's going to bed in a cell, I can't get my head around what message that gives to young Americans.
That's the romantic version, because you can see the image in your head of a man in an orange jumpsuit.
It terrifies
looking
me.
more orange than his jumpsuits in a cell.
At WFMU.org. Okay, let's check in with Mr. Morfitt.
Hello, Glistener. I'm Dan Morfitt, so this must be Morfitt's Curiosity. That's when Clay normally plays applause. Lovely. Please listen to some of my old shows at the world's greatest music repository at wfmu.org. Search for Morfitt. Have you seen ABBA recently?
No.
I don't know if you know this. ABBA have been playing live shows in London. It's not been ABBA playing live. They haven't been turning up every day. But it's been holograms that have been playing. Kiss, of course, had their final live show ever. But they're going to be going on the road soon with a hologram show.
Aww.
And this is not a new thing of this century. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I didn't immediately think it was an earthquake, even though I've lived through them. I went outside because there was a crane getting prepared next to a really old historical building about 3 doors down from us on the block called the Wells Fargo building. They were setting up a crane on the road, and they were closing the road to put up this crane. There was a guy that came out of his townhouse on his brownstone stoop, and he was shouting at these poor construction workers setting up this crane, saying, and I can't use his exact words.
Please don't.
Because he was swearing in American. He goes, "What are you guys doing? My whole building's shaking." These guys were none the wiser because they were outside, and therefore you don't feel it as much.
You don't feel it when you're in a building, no. Wow. I bet he felt silly when he realised it was actually an earthquake. It was no fault of the crane outside.
Yeah, well, everybody else came outside going, "Was that an earthquake?" And nobody knew for about 3 or 4 minutes because nothing came off. And then around 40 minutes later, everybody's phones blow up, warning us that there's been an earthquake. It's like, really? And the worst thing about this, my wife didn't feel a thing. She was in Manhattan on the subway at 33rd Street coming back to Jersey, and she was on the telephone. She didn't feel a thing.
Wow.
So I saw all the coverage. It was amazing. It was like, apocalypse comes to New... The governor of New York State said, an earthquake has happened west of Manhattan. It's got a name, love. It's New Jersey.
The great George Carlin once said, it's called the American Dream because you have to be asleep to believe it. Again, I don't want to be cynical. I think the American Dream is something to strive for. Except they now charge for parking $5 to park at the American Dream.
Well, the hits just keep coming for the American Dream Mall. The borough of East Rutherford is suing, claiming the town is owed millions from payments in lieu of taxes.
When I first went there, it was during the heights of COVID. Not all the food places were open then, but now it's a lot better. The faux Fifth Avenue shishi upmarket shops, your Gucci's and your Vera Wangs, they're all there now, and that's great. And I often look at this ski centre thinking, do I want to ski at the American Dream?
It's definitely fun. I mean, it's not like the biggest one, but we're also inside a mall right now, so for what it is, I love it. I think it's super fun, and it's been really fun riding.
I say all of this because living in Jersey City, on this side of the Hudson, I would love to be able to go there by public transport. There's a bus, I think, that takes ages.
But I'm enjoying it. It's really good. The competition here is fierce because everybody comes to New York. New York, Los Angeles is good for comedy, but that's mainly once you're established. Chicago is the home of improv. Atlanta and Austin in Texas, all getting great reputations for being stand-up comedy hubs. But New York is the Don. It's the place where you have to make it. So over here, there's a few Brits who are coming across. John Bishop played the other week. Nish Kumar played the other week. Jimmy Carr plays here a lot. I've seen him at Carnegie Hall, and he's another level. Jimmy Carr is probably the top tree of British comics out here. He's definitely amongst even the best of the Americans. But it's very weird here because half the comedy clubs are either for people who love comedy and who want to see comedy and who actually live in New York, and the other half of the comedy clubs are for the tourists.
I find that growing older, you feel younger. I still in my head feel 17. My mind hasn't really progressed much. I'm stilted, shall we say. I'm still a child. Women mature much quicker than men.
Hello.
And probably a lot better than us.
Absolutely.
Gross generalisation, but hey. The other thing that I also feel about being 17, I also feel like I've been 55 in my head for the whole of time.
Double nickels.
Yeah. I think that's because I've never had a streak of anarchy.
I'm just across the river from Manhattan. The Hudson River is betwixt me and New York right there. I've heard that after 4:00 this afternoon, ERIKA North, on the BBC, you have got somebody coming on, a fashion expert, talking about NYC style. Yeah. You have never talked to me about my fashion. And now you get this person in, this expert. I know about New York style. I'm there every day.
I know. But the lady who's coming on to talk about it, she is a fashionista. She's a super stylist. She's a stylist to the stars. She's gone on to shows like This Morning and BBC Breakfast, and she's dressed all of them and done a fabulous job. So I'm just thinking, Dan, what I know of you, a little bit more grungy. Whoa. I know you hang out in comedy clubs, so I'm guessing you're a bit more, okay, I'm going to go for it. Sneakers, get me, I'm being all American. Sneakers, or trainers as we call them in the UK, jeans and a T-shirt. Is that what you're wearing right now?
I can't wear jeans anymore because I'm over 40. As soon as you get to the precipice of 40, denim is no longer an option.
What?
It doesn't look right. It really doesn't. So I wear corduroys or slacks. Oh. My love. That's what I wear.
This is why, can I just say, in those few words, you have summed up why I'm not talking to you about fashion. I have no need to defend myself any further than that. You're wearing slacks.
I'm bereft. I really am.
Slacks.
Good pair of Farrah slacks.
Can I just say, and I'm a bit embarrassed now because I'm actually doing double denim today. I've got the jeans on, and I've got a denim shirt. Is that not okay?
So that's a Canadian tuxedo.
Of which great state in the Union should I visit? Should I go Anchorage? Will my wife want to go? Alaska.
Oh boy.
Will I go to Texas? Will I go to Wyoming?
Why?
Why does anybody go to Wyoming?
Jackson Hole, skiing, the Teton Mountains, Yellowstone National Park, Devil's Tower, as seen in Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Or will I go and get some potatoes in Idaho? I just don't know. So please, let Clay know where I should go next in this great Americas, and I will try and visit it soon and try and get some more air miles. Or drive, whatever will burn up the planet's resources quicker. I am Dan Morfitt, and this is Morfitt's Curiosity.
Love you, Dan. Hey, yeah, give me some topics for Dan. He really is a great content generator. Just to spitch him right back at me. I love working with him. Dan Morfitt. It is 8:24 as you're out the door. How about a little REM?